Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name is David, and today I want to talk to you about the B branded playing cards. Why is that? Well, because I spend a lot of screen time talking about Bicycle, and especially my favorite deck, which is the red 808s, right? So I got a deck sitting right here, right? I love the 808s. I love rider backs. This is my go-to deck. But I understand there's people out there that like B cards. They like the casino back. And I just thought, let's spread some awareness. All right, so today we're going to talk about a few of my favorite B branded playing cards. Not a lot, but a couple, just to wet your whistle, as it were. What's the deal? What's the deal with B? Well, they are made by the United States Playing Card Company currently, right? So when we say Bicycle cards, sometimes that name is synonymous with the United States Playing Card Company, and we are forgetting that when we say Bicycle, we typically mean rider back, right? We mean a Bicycle deck that says Bicycle right at the top, because that was a brand of cards. Well, B was a brand of cards back in 1892. The New York Consolidated Doherty Card Company, they released these back in 1892. They were quickly purchased by Bicycle, and of course now Bicycle makes them as well. And for the longest time, if you went to a grocery store or you went to a store, there really were only these two options, and they were hanging on the shelf. And to the layman, right, just to your average person who buys playing cards, there really was only two differences between these two. The first was on a Bicycle deck, you have the white border, right? Your edges on a Bicycle card are white. And so this is considered a bordered back design, right? Well, the B cards are borderless. And so they were typically referred to as a casino back. Casino back, full bleed is another thing you might hear, or edge to edge design. That's another thing you might hear. The other thing is they're not as complicated of a back, right? There's a lot of detail work, a lot of designs, pictures. These are called diamondbacks, okay? And diamondbacks are, again, something that you would associate with a casino. The second thing that lay people understood between a Bicycle deck and a B deck was this deck is synonymous with being thin, and this deck was synonymous with being thick. And when you purchase playing cards, sometimes, back in the day, they would say B stock or retail stock, right? And so if you knew you were getting retail stock, then you were getting a thinner card. If you were getting B stock, then you were getting a thicker card. Nowadays, thickness is kind of just up in the air. Ever since the United States Playing Card Company switched over to their crushed stock, ever since they switched manufacturing plants, thickness has kind of changed. And so it's very possible to get a B deck that's on the thin side, very possible to get a rider back that's on the thick side. So that's kind of up in the air. But back in the day, that was pretty much it. You bought a Bicycle deck because you wanted a poker back, or you wanted a white border, and you bought Bs because you wanted a casino back. You wanted no border, or you wanted thin cards or thick cards, but that was it. Right? That was really it. So the box itself says casino quality club special B playing cards, right? And then if you're looking at the decks from the side, so let's say they're lined up side by side in your boxes, the Bs always have these little gold branches in either corner. So if you were just scanning and you were looking, saying, okay, which ones are my rider backs, which ones are my Bs? Your Bs are the ones that have the little branch, okay? That's the best way to note them from the side. Again, shows a back of what the cards look like. Again, since 1892, diamondback, right? And like we were showing you earlier, a diamondback and full bleed means it's edge to edge, right? Why is that important? Well, some magicians, especially magicians who do casino style tricks, get the ad card out of there, like the full bleed, because having the no border means that you can do bottom deals and top deals really smoothly. The difference between this card and this card gets blurred when you don't see the border, right? you're dealing off the bottom, bottom deals are going to go a lot easier because you don't have an edge, okay? The other thing that poker players like about using cards like this is that you can't hide markings on these. So if I had a bicycle deck, I could get a red Sharpie, right? And I could make little marks on that, and really quickly, it might be hard for you to see that, you know? You can even buy marked cards, right? That blatantly say, you know, this is a 3 of clubs. It's a little harder to mark a deck of cards that looks like this, you know? You put anything on this repeating pattern, you're gonna see it instantly, right? And so if you're worried about card cheats, you're gonna use a Diamondback deck. Going through the cards themselves, your Ace of Spades looks like that, has that beehive right there. The big 92 is, of course, from 1892. That's their homage to when the deck was founded. And it still says Consolidated Dougherty at the bottom there as well, just to kind of remember that this is the company that first started it. The spades, pips, clubs, hearts, diamonds, all the pips, indices, they're going to be completely the same as your standard bicycle deck, as are the courts. Blue bordered courts, exactly the same as a bicycle deck. But because this is a casino themed deck, you typically get, well, you always get an advertisement card, right? That gives you all of bicycles URLs, but you'll get a poker guide, okay? So oftentimes you'll see a poker guide inside a B deck because Bicycle assumes that you're going to use these cards for poker, and your jokers, just like a bicycle deck, you're getting a colored and a black and white, and it's a little imp or clown riding atop a B, right? And it says United States Playing Card Company underneath that, made in the USA. That's the breakdown of a B deck. So let me show you a couple of others that I got in my collection. The first of which is this one. It looks exactly like a B deck does, right? But there's just one slight difference. These have a lotus on the back. Now, when these first came out, I think I got half a brick of them because they were super cheap. And if you look for the B lotus backs, they're still really cheap. The lore behind it was that they were purchased for either like a Hong Kong, something like that, casino, and they never got used. I don't know how true that is, but you can find lotus backs out there. They're a little different on the faces. Court cards more shrunk in, and the reds are a little bit more muted, not as bright as what we're used to here in the USA. But everything else is the same, jokers and Ace of Spades. It's just slight variation on the faces, but you get that cool lotus on the top and bottom, and it kind of gives you the best of both worlds, right? And they're casino cards, technically, but they haven't been punched, so it's not a canceled deck, right? So you want to get a casino deck that's not canceled, I would pick up the lotus backs. Another fun one was the silver stingers. So silver box, chrome box, black, right? Everything's foiled out, all blinged out, and it says special edition tuck seal up there at the top. Black matte tuck case, and then check these out. So very similar to how Illusionist did their black and white version of the bicycle deck, this is the kind of black and white version of the B deck. Note that you're going to have a border on these, right? There's a slight, well, it's not slight, it's kind of a smoky border that fades into the middle. You got your negative Bs, jokers, your negative Ace of Spades, and then going through the cards, you're going to see there's little marks. There's like a B in each corner here, and then one pip has been blinged out with the back design. And the black suits are silver. Your court cards are kind of that negative ghost image right there. And then your red cards are, of course, red, so that you can have some consistency. And I'll show you, the red courts are really the same. It's just that they have red pips in the middle, or in the corners, and then it goes down to clubs, hearts, right? And then you're getting a double backer and a blank face card. So I think if you got one of those negative image decks from Illusionist for a bicycle, and you want a matching set, you can get the Silver Stingers in B. Another one is this one. These are the standard Bs, okay? Standard Bs were something that was put out a while back. I got a blue and a red. I never opened my blue. Because I'm a red guy. I like red. The interesting thing about the standards, and they do have the gold flap. Sometimes Bs have gold edges. So sometimes I guess you could say they're gold standard, but they're not. They're not Richard Turner gold standard. That's not what's going on. They're standard because look, they have a white border. Isn't that crazy? So they have a white border, but you still get the diamond back, and then you get a logo in the corner, on the top and bottom. So it says B. Okay. So kind of looks like a bicycle deck and a B deck got together and had a baby, kind of, right? Otherwise, you get 2 full color jokers, which is nice. Get your ad card, get your guarantee card. Same ace of spades, right? Court cards, again, back to what you know as a B deck. Blacks are black, reds are red, courts are all the way they're supposed to be. So, yeah. It's a really nice deck. I've kept this in really great condition because I just like it as a collector. I've never used this deck other than to open it and to do the review for you. But I have yet to see, I haven't seen these lately, okay? Some of the other decks I've seen you can still buy. These, I looked all over for them. I couldn't find them. So I don't know what to tell you if you like these. Interestingly enough, though, you guys know Kier Gomes? Kier Gomes, he's got a channel. He likes playing cards too. Well, he loves playing cards too. And he's got a fantastic deck review channel. He talks about flourishing. He talks about Magic sometimes too. He's super great. He's also a deck creator. He's got some decks out there for sale. You should definitely go find his social media tags, his YouTube channel, his Instagram channel. Make sure you follow him. He reached out to me recently, and he was looking at one of my old reviews for these, and he was like, "Wow, I really love those cards. Do you know where I can get them?" And I said, "No, they're nowhere." And he's like, "Well, I'll buy them off of you." And you know what? People have reached out to me before, and they said, "Oh, I'll buy stuff off of you." And I'm like, you know what? I'm not a store, right? I don't sell cards, but Kier's been such a good friend and has been so sweet to me and nice to me, and he's such a great guy and he's nice, and he's one of those people on the internet that hasn't turned the internet into a place of gossip and backstabbing. He also understands the term brotherhood of magicians, and he knows, like I do, that kindness goes a long way. And so I'm gonna be kind to Kier. And so what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna get out a box and we are going to send these off to him. Okay, so you're gonna watch me pack these in a box, okay? And we're gonna mail these off to him. I've got my business card right here, and I'm just gonna say, hi, right? Hi. K-I-E-R, exclamation point. Look at that. So he gets my business card. Ooh, lucky him, right? I'm gonna stick these in a box and seal them up. They are sealed. I'm gonna stick his address on this. I'm gonna mail them off to him, and let's see, all right? Let's see what happens, okay? Let's see if he gets the box and then opens it on camera. So you'll get to see, you saw the box close. You saw the box close forever. I'll stick some packing in there just so they don't move around, okay? But you saw the box close, and then maybe you can head on over to his channel, who knows, in a week or 2 weeks or whatever, and we'll see if he does an unboxing, and you can watch the decks go from my house to his house. What do you think? Sounds pretty cool. All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.